like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out there, hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead and hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well, but what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this, and it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content now. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks. Today we are back with another interesting subject, because that's all we do over here trying to put live. As we cover some very interesting subjects. And today's excuse me, little tongue tag there. Today's interesting subject, believe it or not, y'all, is going to be about a white man, a black woman, and their ugly, quote unquote, black baby, okay? A white man, a black woman, and their ugly black baby, okay? That's what we get into today, folks. That's what we get into today. Now, before we go too far into this, first of all, I want to say shout out to all the people who give me views on a regular basis that make up the fam around here. I appreciate y'all big time. Appreciate you big time. Shout out to all the folks who leave comments after the stream, because, you know, y'all doing things that's going to help grow the channel, and I definitely appreciate that big time. You know, shout out to the people who hype me up every chance they get. And I know you can't do it all the time, but everybody should be saving at least one for me. You know what I'm saying? At least once a week, you got to hype a brother up. You know what I'm saying? At least once a week. Got to give me something. Okay? And shout out to all the people who hit that like button, y'all, because y'all know that's a big deal. Again, it helps grow the channel, and I appreciate y'all for doing it. Appreciate y'all for doing it big time. And I want to give a special shout out to the people who go above and beyond the call to do. We got a lot of great people over here at the Roger Report Live and a lot of great supporters, and all y'all matter to me. All y'all matter to me. All money on the wood is good over here at the Roger Report Live. It just is what it is, y'all. All money on the wood is good, okay? And I'm going to give a special shout out to Robert Platinum. He is a sponsor of today's stream. Shout out to Robert Platinum. He is a sponsor of today's stream. I appreciate your continued support, my brother. I appreciate your continued support. All right. And let me give some shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning, because when you start a show, it's always great to see that you got a couple people in your corner. You got a couple people in your corner, and y'all know how it goes. There can only be one. And I'm going to say, I'm actually surprised that the man is only like this and was able to do it again. But y'all know, I want to say shout out to my main man, Trail Bentley, who's once again the Highlander of today's stream. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. I don't know how you doing it like that, but you be on it. So shout out to you, bro. And he's representing as he always does. Hashtag long live habitual line steppers. Hashtag Negroes in the wilderness. Hashtag dignity over vagina. Hashtag Al Gore's babies. And my personal favorite, hashtag Hail Hydra. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. We also, coming right behind him at the cool table, we got my main man, Turner Runner, in the building. Great to see you. Great to see you. We also got Inspired Truth Broadcast right behind him at the cool table. Great to see you. Great to see you. We got Eric M. What's good, my brother? What's good? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Shout out to Truth Teller in the building. What's good, my brother? What's good? I'm listening. Is at the cool table this morning as well. Great to see y'all. Great to see y'all. And we got Konguru in the building. Shout out to you. Afro Merchant is checking in. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for being here. Shout out to what's this? Calibrate Mind is in the building. Glad to see you. AJJ. I feel like I know who that is. I'm not sure. But shout out to you. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. All right. Shout out to Emerald Air 72. Also in the building. Also in the building. And y'all, my apologies, because I don't be celebrating holidays away. I know some of y'all do. But I'm glad somebody put in the chat for me so I can recognize the fact that it's June 19th, y'all. Okay? Which means it is Juneteenth. So shout out to all the folks, for everybody who celebrates Juneteenth. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. Now, I personally don't celebrate any holiday, but I want to acknowledge that I know it's Juneteenth, y'all. I know it's Juneteenth. I wasn't thinking about it. I just saw it in the chat, and it just clicked in my head. It is Juneteenth. So that means this stuff I'm supposed to do today that I ain't even thought about for a while. So I better get my act together. I'm going to say that. I better get my act together. All right. But let's get on into this, y'all. We got a couple interesting things. I dropped 2 links in the description. Now, I'm going to be real. The second link, I do believe is a skit. I do believe that second link is a skit. It's just kind of funny to me, so I threw it in there. Because it's Friday, y'all. Okay? It's Friday. And I said, you know what? We might get to this one, too, and get on some real... We might get into it. I mean, I guess that could be a situation that can happen with anybody just about, or something similar, I should say, can happen with that. But the first link is going to be the main one, y'all. On this beautiful Friday morning, we got this white man who got his lady in court, man. Well, technically, they said they broke up. In this clip, they said they broke up some kind of way. Now, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's the lady from paternity court. Okay, what the heck going on here? That's the lady from paternity court. So, now that I think about it, I wonder if that one's real. Because, sometimes people put different clips together. But to me, that seemed like the lady from paternity court. But they in there to talk about a baby. Now the white man done got it with a black lady. And we know that don't happen much as it is. Okay, but a white man done mess around with a black woman and then had a baby that he's actually claiming. You know, it ain't just a wham bam thank you man and he out of there. You know, on this Juneteenth, we got us a white man who's claiming his baby from a black woman. I guess that's progress, y'all. I guess that's progress. All right. Shout out to Trail Billy. He said, my dude having a Juneteenth get together later. Beer, whiz, beer, and barbecue. Man, that almost sound like an invitation, brother. That's what it sounds like. You know. And just in case I don't get to my plans, I might have to crash your party, my brother. Just in case. But I hope you have a great time. Real talk, though. I do hope you have a great time. Real talk. Now, but on this Juneteenth, and maybe I should have said this for a different day, but on this Juneteenth, we looking at this white man who done had his baby with a black woman. Okay? And this white man, you know, I'm not going to even come off like he just being some terrible, terrible person. The white man had some concerns. Okay? He had some concerns. I think the white man had a serious concern. Okay? He had a serious concern. Because when you have babies and you're going to claim that baby, especially for this white man, because the white man claiming his baby. You know, he had a baby with a black woman and he actually claiming his baby. This has got to be a big deal for this white man. You know, we got to think about it like that, y'all. It's got to be a big deal for this white man to actually get a black woman pregnant and actually claim this child. And, you know, we can't say he one of them bad ones that just want to run off and stuff like that. We can't say that. We can't say he's there. He in the picture. Okay. I know the judge threw a little shade at him now. She threw a little shade at him. You know, I don't understand why you here. All right, y'all. This is the thing. Are we going to say the white man got anything legitimate going on with him? Are we going to say that? Do we agree that the white man has anything going on with him? Now, I'm being somewhat funny today, y'all. Okay? And yo, sometimes folks be talking about sometimes people be saying, well, what if the shoe was on the other foot? Well, now we got the white man. Okay, we got the white man who has been he's been tricked, he's been fooled. He's he got the knife to his neck. Is it about principle or is it about the problem, y'all? Is it about principle or is it about the problem? Now, shout out to Afro Merchant. He say, I believe they're actors, but the court case shows reenact real court cases. Well, you know, that could be true. You know, with television and stuff, you never know what's really going on. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I do believe that's a reasonable conclusion. I can believe that's reasonable. That they may take some stuff, and if they can't get the people to go into court on their own, they may just throw some actors out there and let the actors play it out in court. That's I'm gonna think that's somewhat reasonable. So shout out to you for that one, bro. Shout out to superstar Jay Quick. He say magical mixed race, baby. Well, it's all about this magical mixed race, baby, today. You know, now we're gonna get a white man a little bit of credit, okay? Because in today's show, there is no immaculate conception, okay? There is no immaculate conception. He actually claiming his baby, yo. Yeah, man, I had sex with her. I had the baby. Now, I do want y'all to pay attention to the fact that now the lady said they ain't together now. The lady said they ain't together. Now, is that the white man's fault or is that the black woman's fault? Now, as I've said before, black women don't like to be around when that baby hit 2 years old with the quote unquote baby daddy. Okay. But we also have a thing where white men don't like to stick around after they had a baby with the black woman. So we got two choices that it could be on why they somehow done broke up. Okay. So I'm thinking this is gonna be an interesting show, y'all. And heck, it's Friday, okay? Heck, it's Friday. So it is what it is. All right. We're gonna see where it go. And we're gonna see what it do. All right. And just in case this don't pan out the right way and long enough, we got a second story about some grass cutting. Okay. We got a second story about some grass cutting if we need to go there. But we're gonna focus on this mixed baby, the magical mixed baby first, y'all. We're gonna focus on the magical mixed baby first. The other one, which is clearly a skit, if you ask me. That's a backup one just in case this don't pan out just right. Just in case. But if you want to comment on it, hey, knock yourself out, okay? But let's let's get into this magical the magical mixed baby, right? So the magical mixed baby ain't did nothing wrong. He's just a baby. He's coming into the world. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. But, shout out to the white man for actually being there to say, yeah, I did have sex with this black woman. I did get this black woman. I mean, shout out to him for that, because a lot of them don't do that. A lot of them don't do that. So shout out to the white man and saying, yeah, it was me. Okay, it was me. I may not be proud of it, but it's me. Now, I do believe, if we are paying attention, he ain't proud of it. You saw the little picture of the woman's before situation. Okay. Now, she got herself a white man. And she got herself the white man with that after. Okay. Y'all know how it go. Commercials, I have a before and then they have an after. Let's be realistic. She got that white man, but that white man was looking at the after. He wasn't looking at the before. He looking at the after. Now, I saw the picture. I ain't, y'all know I don't be pushing. We gonna get down on black women as far as looks are concerned, but I will say, yes, the picture was not at the level that the person was. Now you could say, the picture didn't have no makeup on or anything like that. The person we see being shown, of course, she's prepared to be on TV. So she done put herself together a little bit better. Okay, she put herself together a little bit better. That first one, the photo, the before, that's just a woman who's who may have been having some rough choices at the time. She might have been thinking hard and heavy at the time about what she's supposed to do with herself. Okay, there's a little bit of stress in that photo, I say. A little bit of stress in that photo. I can't guarantee it, but that's where my mind goes. She's feeling a little stressed out. Okay. Maybe that was a matter of fact, it had to be. It probably is a pre-white man photo. Let's think about this, y'all. She a black woman. She's single at the time, and she ain't got no white man to come be her savior yet. So that's probably a pre-white man photo. And because it's a pre-white man photo, I'm sure she was carrying extra stress. Y'all know how black women are. They get them a white man, all the problems go away. But before you get that white man, you got to deal with all these different things that, quote unquote, happen to black women. So she probably was stressed. All right. It's probably a big deal to her. We may not think about it that way, but to black women, it's a big deal when you can come up on a white man. So before you come up on that white man, you got that before picture, okay? And she was just in her before world. All right. Now maybe she does look a lot better in court because that's post white men. Okay. So we got the pre-white man her, and we got the post-white man her. Now, how is the pre-white man her supposed to keep up with the post-white man her? Okay, whether she had surgery or not, they say she had some cosmetic surgery. How is that pre-white man gonna compare to that post-white man? I just don't think it's fair. Not the way black women see white men. I don't think it's fair. Okay, there was nothing she could do to keep up with that that precious white man she had, y'all. Well, nothing she could do with an old photo gonna look right in comparison. So I'm just gonna throw that there, from GP. There was nothing she could do. Nothing. Okay. Now the white man, he trying to keep it together. Okay, he in court. You know, he getting a little pissed off. I say that. I think white man is I mean, he's holding it. His mindset is, hey, I'm a white man. I'm gonna go to court. I should get some level of respect. Okay. I should get some level of deference. And I got two black women in here. I'm going against a black woman, and my judge is a black woman. I still should be all right. Okay. I understand. Them hoes like to stick together sometimes. But darn it, I'm a white man. Okay. I'm a well-to-do white man. I got my suit on. I came in like I mean business. And this shouldn't take all that. And I did something that just about every black woman won't done, but hardly no black women can be in a situation where it gets done. I done mess around and married. Well, no, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that he married her. Because I don't remember her. I don't remember that specifically being said that they got married. So can't give him that credit. Can't give him that. He might have just hit it and quit it. Okay. I know she ain't broke up with him. Now, if I want to be realistic, what black woman breaks up with a white man? So far, we have no record of a black woman who's broke up with a white man. Okay. So I'm gonna have to say he did probably leave her. And even though I know I said earlier that black women once she gets pregnant, before that child is 2 years old, she usually gonna break up with that man somewhere along the lines. But I'm gonna say it's probably in this particular case, he probably left. Okay, because he a white man, and now he has to deal with the fact that he's been bamboozled. Okay, he done had a baby with this black woman. And he got to address this, man. He got to address, I got genes at stake. Okay? I got genes at stake. Now, I consider myself a progressive white man. All right? I'll even claim this baby because I'm progressive. I'm good. Okay? We're in a post-racial society. I'm cool. All right? I'm a cool white man. All right? But now, I looked at the woman, what I said, hey, I'll have sex with that black woman. Okay. I'll have sex with her. you know. She all right. Heck, I'll even have sex raw with her. So I'm a very progressive white man. I am willing to come out here and sling raw dingaling with black women. All right. Now I understand, y'all. Back in the day, they used to do this a whole lot more. When slavery was going on, it wasn't such a big deal that a white man can have sex with a black woman. But we know white men have always had sex with black women in America. It never stopped. Slavery stopped officially. I mean, you still can be a slave if you're convicted of a crime. but officially amongst the regular population of society, you know, white men have always been able to pretty much do what they do when it comes to the sisters. Now, this sister does not seem to have a problem with the fact that the white man could give her dick whenever he wanted to. She don't seem to have no problem with that. There's nothing that she's saying that's leading me to the conclusion that she was ever in a situation with him that she didn't appreciate. Now, should the black woman be honest with the white man? Okay. We're not asking if the black woman should be honest with the black man. Okay. I got the tables turned on y'all today. Should the black woman be honest with the white man? Now, since we didn't get dates in this clip, I'm going to assume that this black woman did not show this white man her pre-white man photos until after she had the baby and the baby is starting to develop. Y'all know how it is. You have a baby, won't necessarily look like any particular parent. You know, you may get something right at birth. You may not get much of anything. But as that baby develops, they're going to start looking like their mama and their daddy. Okay, especially their daddy. Something going to be in there. The look is going to be there. And they even showed us a picture of this quote unquote ugly baby. Okay. They showed us a picture of it. Now, does that baby look like that white man a little something, something? I'm gonna say, yeah, I can see a little something, something there. I can see a little something, something there. Yeah. But the white man is right. He is, based off what she got, he is getting her old genetics. He ain't getting her new face. He getting them old genetics. Now, he done came to a conclusion. Them old genetics ain't quite my speed. Okay? They ain't quite my speed. You know, I guess they cool for somebody else. Now, I've already been very progressive to have sex with this black woman and actually claim. I've already been very progressive about doing that. Now you're trying to tell me it's a problem because I don't like the way this broad actually look. You know, this broad that had to pull out a photo because I'm asking, like, what's going on with this baby? Now, it's paternity court. At least that lady, she hosts paternity court, to my understanding. So, you know, this tells me they could very well be in paternity court because he asking, who baby is this? Okay? This ain't quite the look I thought I was going to get. Who baby is this? All right? I need some information. Somebody got to tell me something. Okay? I don't know, man. It kind of look like me, but that could be a lot of other white men. That could be. I know a lot of white men that, you know, could claim that baby right now just off looks. So I ain't super sure. I'm gonna need a second opinion. So yeah, he done drug in the court. You know, that's what he can do. Now I don't know what results you can get by going to paternity court, unless you try to prove the baby ain't yours. You know what I mean? If he can prove the baby ain't his, that's a whole different thing. Okay. The fact that he wants to prove the baby ain't his does say a little something, something though. I'm gonna throw that out there. It says a little something, something that he wants to prove that this baby ain't his. Now I'm gonna say that baby probably his. Why? Because we dealing with we dealing with a black woman. She's more than willing to have his white baby. So I didn't see the outcome of this particular court case, but I'm pretty sure that's his baby. She wasn't gonna pass him an opportunity to get pregnant by no white man. Okay, that's clear. She ain't passing on that opportunity. But it's probably his baby. It's probably his, because she could have got pregnant by another white man. But, you know, I know it's hard for black women to get white men, so getting 2 and 3 and 4 of them could be even more difficult. You know, at least you got a guy that's actually claiming the baby. That's all I can say. At least she got a guy who's willing to claim that baby. But does he have a fundamental right to know how she looks before he engages in all these different manners of activities with her? Because if you get a woman pregnant, you're going off of what you know at that moment. You're not going off no old pictures. He says he was deceived. I'm thinking he might have a point. Now, I'm going to ask you gentlemen, if you were to get some woman pregnant and you find out that she does not look the way she promoted herself as looking since you came into the picture, she done had all this work done, and your baby it's gonna be before the work. You gonna get the before the work baby. You're not gonna get the after the work baby. You're gonna get the before the work baby. Does he have a legitimate right to know what she actually looks like before he gets her pregnant? And if he got her pregnant without knowing what she looks like, was this a true deception? Was it a true deception? Now, for me, it's hard to say no. Okay? It's hard to say this white man wasn't deceived. Because at the end of the day, he don't get no post-work genes. He gonna get them same regular genes that she would have gave to anybody else. He ain't get no post-work genes. She may have had some work done, but he getting pre-work genes. Was he deceived? Is this right? Okay. This black woman is crossing this white man. Yeah. Like she might have an attitude about it too. Hey, look. I got me this white man. He just got. You know? He just got. It is what it is. And I'm going to say the judge got a little attitude with the man. Talking about she'll know it, he up in there. Hey, the man got. Okay? The man got. He in there. He in them guts thinking about what she looked like post-work. He's not considering what she looked like pre-work. And let's be realistic, y'all. Do we really believe she showed him the pre-work photos? I got to think about this. Black woman goes and gets some work done because she don't like the way she look. All right. Now she blaming part of this on her dead mama. Okay. Now I'm just gonna say how scandalous is that? She blaming part of this on her dead mama. Okay. That's cold. That's all I'm gonna say. That's cold-blooded right there. All right, that's cold-blooded. All right. You know what, real quick, let me read this from Elder Blood right fast. Shout out to Elder Blood. He said, God and the black man is inseparable. Where there is no black man, there is no God. Point blank, period. Okay. Well, obviously, that means ain't no God type stuff going around amongst that couple. And shout out to Elder Blood one more time. I went up a little bit to see what else he had said. He said, is this that entomb God amongst men and captured woman above men and rewrote the biblical order from all previous generations? This new world order made woman superior. Now, I don't know if it's gonna go that deep with this particular story. I don't know if it's going that deep. But what I am gonna say, I do find it interesting that the white man got the black woman in court. Okay. And then I was like, ain't that the paternity court lady? Well, the court judge? I did say that. I was like, ain't that the paternity court judge? So they must be at paternity court. Now, she done deceived him so much, he don't even want to be in the picture no more, y'all. Y'all understand that? You had a white man who's willing to claim a baby, who's been deceived so much that he no longer wants to even claim the baby. He wants to be up out of there. That's a very interesting concept to me. Okay. does he have a point? Because I'm gonna say, even with the judge was like, whoa now, why you tripping? Now the judge is a black woman, and she could be, looking out for another black woman who happens to be there. And the thing is, she understands ain't too many black women finna come up with no white man, especially one that's gonna claim the baby once she get pregnant. So I gotta look out for my girl here. I gotta look out for her. So look, I don't know what you want me to do, Mr. White Man. Usually it's all about you. Usually it's all about you. But in this one, I got to save her some kind of way, because she probably ain't gonna come up with no another white man. She gonna be out here on her own with a white man's baby. Okay. And Al Gore ain't gonna be in contact with her. Al Gore ain't gonna make no contact. He ain't gonna do nothing for the baby. Okay. He ain't gonna do nothing. Nothing. Okay. But his baby, y'all. Not nothing. Nothing. He ain't gonna do, can we really afford to piss this white man off like that? But it look like she's kind of going there a little bit. But let me slow down, since I got a guess. Let's see what he thinks about this whole situation, because to me, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. But hey, it's Friday. It's been a good week. Heck, it's even Juneteenth. Are we still slaves? Okay, it's even Juneteenth. Are we still slaves? Okay, so I'm gonna turn the floor over to cream cheese baby. Go ahead, my brother. Interesting name. Go ahead, though. Where you coming with this one?
All right. Happy Friday, Roger. And happy Juneteenth to all my Negroes. And this is me being nice. Let me remind everybody who's going to defend one side against the other. I'm going to remind y'all. Brad is not your friend. And Keisha is always plotting against you with Brad. So for me, it's just a civil war, an internal dispute that I get to witness and laugh about it. That's not my business, okay? Brad gets got by Keisha. I'm cool with it. Keisha gets got by Brad. I'm also cool with that. Both sides do not like me. But I found it pretty hilarious to have a Brad with rabbit ears complaining about my ugly babies. Brad, you're not that good looking neither. Yeah. And Keisha, I mean, I must say, Keisha kind of finesse Brad a little bit. Just a little bit, not too bad. When you look at both of them, genetically, they match each other. This is not Brad Pitt that we're talking about. This is not George Clooney. And this is not Halle Berry. So yeah, they're good. They're match. But Brad feels like under no circumstances thought he should suffer any loss. Brad don't want to lose. Now, getting handed an L by Keisha, that's unacceptable. And Brad is in his feelings right now.
You know what? I didn't catch everything you said because I got knocked off. But I mean, that's the point. He don't want to take no L. Okay? You got a black woman who done, pulled the wool over his eyes. And y'all, I'm trying to be realistic about it. I'm pretty sure he never saw the old photos of her until he actually said something about that baby. And them old photos were her defense mechanism. Because look, she looks at herself and she says she ugly. I'm not saying the lady's ugly. I'm not trying to even have anybody say she ugly. What I'm saying is she looked at herself and she decided she was ugly. Now she blaming on her dead mama. I don't want to be reminded of my dead mama. I don't even know what to do with those. That sounds like complete nonsense to me. She looked at herself and she came to the conclusion she ugly. Now maybe she think her mama ugly too. I can accept that. All right. But now you done went out, you done got you a white man, just as any black woman would be super excited just about to get a white man. I'm sure you had a baby on this white man as quickly as you could, because you was like, this is a good white man. And, and I'm going to say he's standing up a little strong, a little stronger than some others because he is claiming the baby. So, he got an edge on other white men. He claiming the baby. He claiming that little niglet, that's how some white folks might say he claimed that little niglet. So I'm not going to say he's a terrible white man. Okay. I'm going to give this man benefit of the doubt that he's one of those good ones. He could possibly be one of the good white men. But look, I had a kid with you. I'm saying something about how this baby don't look quite right. Okay. I can't put my finger on it, but this baby ain't developing quite right. And I'm pretty sure as he addressed her about the baby ain't developing quite right, I'm pretty sure that's when she went and pulled out some old photos. Like, wait a minute. He's developing. He's looking like us. You ain't never seen my old pictures. Now he got to be like, old pictures? What old? Who cares about an old picture? No, these ain't just any old pictures. These are old pictures of what my real DNA look like. Okay? What you mean your real DNA? Oh, this face I got? Oh, no, we done had all kinds of work done on this face. Okay? Me and that other woman ain't the same woman, okay? I can get a picture to show you who I used to be, okay? Because I'm not her anymore. Now, I'm going to say it's probably a situation where he went to her home. He may not have paid attention to it. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. He probably never saw a picture of her up. Because I got to think about this, y'all. When a black woman comes to the conclusion that she's so ugly she needs plastic surgery, is she going to keep photos up of the woman she concluded looks like garbage? Or would you take those photos down? So if you got a graduation photo from college, it's got to come down. Now, maybe she got one from high school, got to come down. Maybe it's a picture with her and her best friend when they were younger, got to come down. Is a black woman going to leave pictures like that up so a white man can see just how ugly she really is? Because, y'all, she thinks she ugly. Now, I'm not saying she ugly myself. I'm just saying she came to the conclusion that she's ugly. So are you going to risk that white man by showing pictures of your quote-unquote ugly self? Are you going to take a risk with that white man like that? I'm thinking the answer is no. I got to do everything I can so this white man don't focus on the fact that I ain't got no family photos up. That's what I believe happened. Because that's what makes sense to me. All right? Shout out to KNC and Red. He say, Judge, like, we can't let this black woman lose this white man. Yeah. Now, I'm going to say, keeping it real, usually you would think a black woman's going to fall right in line. But there is a situation here where we put too much pressure on, this white man going to disappear on you. Okay? At least for now, he's still claiming that baby. Okay? At least for now, he's still claiming that baby. We can't do too much now. We can't do too much. But, y'all, I'm going to say, I saw her photo. Okay? We seen her photo be presented. All right? And we see what she looked like in court. I'm going to say there's two different looks, man. That's what I'm going to say. It is two different looks. Okay? She says she proud of that other photo, even though that probably was the photo she had to dig up and pull out once he started saying something about his ugly baby. And y'all, let's think about this for a second. When was this baby recognized as being ugly? Before he saw a photo or after he saw a photo? I'm not saying he a perfect white man, y'all. I'm not saying he a perfect white man. I'm just asking the question. When did he understand the baby ugly? Because the baby looking a little too much like her, you know? And I can see her saying something, maybe he really saying something about this baby. Look. Ain't no ugly. Ain't no ugly. Hey, shout out to Ken C. Red. He say no super chat. Hey, man, we won't even, ain't gonna, nothing but the cash outs. We won't have no super chat back to at least September, y'all. At least September, y'all. They put me through it right now. They put me through it. I guess they want me to quit, but I ain't quitting. Okay, I'm still here. I'm still here. So we're going to have to wait till at least September before we can do super chats. It is what it is. Okay. Shout out to Truth Teller. He say 2 different looks. Even the judge lied for her. She looks similar. I don't know, man. When I see the pre-white man photos, and then I look at her, would you even recognize those were the same people? I'm just saying, y'all, being for real. If you was walking down the street and you saw her with the pre-white man photo, she got that look going on. Okay, she got that look going on. And then later on, you walk across again, are you seeing the same person? Are you even gonna think that's the same people? Because I don't know that I don't know that I would see the same person. I just don't know that I would. I looked at that photo. Seemed like something got changed. That's for sure. It's definitely seemed like something got changed. And the lady said something about the eyes. I'm thinking one eye was a little bit more open than the other eye, and that could be a significant change right there. And he don't want his little white baby going through too much stuff now. That's real talk. You don't need this little white baby going through too much stuff. Shout out to Black Ooh Strikes. He said she was lying. I'm gonna say behind off. She was lying her behind off about why she got the work done. And you know what, Black Uru? I do believe that. I'm gonna agree with you there 100%. I do believe that she was absolutely lying about why she got that work done. I just think it was quote unquote diabolical that she blamed it on her dead mama. That's Black women be cold blooded sometimes, y'all. They be cold blooded. I'm gonna get my looks changed because my mama too ugly for me to stand. And I don't want to grow up looking like my mama. Now I know I'm grown already, but I don't want to grow up looking like my mama. All right. I only got one crack at this life. I don't want to end up looking like my mama. Not my mama. Somebody else's mama, okay, but not my mama. So I definitely believe she was 100% lying about why she had that work done. She just couldn't take the fact that she's ugly in her own mind anymore. And I'm going to say, y'all, I don't think guys was just around her calling her ugly. I don't even think that happened to her. Okay? I don't think she got quote unquote bullied with the term ugly. She just did like herself. She's probably going to work at it at home. Then all of a sudden, grandma got a little sick. And I just never had a chance to do what I've been to do, because I'm ugly. And I got to do something about it, And now that she done got some work done and she ran into a white guy to say, hey, you know what? You look good enough to sleep with. She felt rewarded in that, of course. But now this white man got to say, hey, this some false advertisement. This ain't what you showed me before the bedroom. This just ain't quite it. But I'm going to slow down because we got Truth Teller who done came up. So I'm going to go ahead and let Truth Teller get the mic. You got it, my brother. How you doing? Come on, Truth Teller. Don't play games now. You got the mic. Are you talking, Truth Teller?
Come on, Truth Teller.
Okay. You know what? Maybe Truth Teller's in this awkward situation right now, and maybe didn't think he was going to talk so
Yeah, he fell
fast.
off.
Okay. Well, we're going to give it right to you, Turnaround. We're going to give it
Hello,
right to
hello.
you. What you got to add for this Juneteenth celebration show. What you got, Tony Runner? Tony Runner, are
Hello,
you
hello,
talking? Yeah, we
hello,
hear you, brother. We hear your background.
hello.
Tony Runner, we hear you. Lord have mercy, y'all. I don't know what's going on. We hear you, brother.
That's what you get when you're streaming on nigga dick.
I don't know what's going on, man. Shout out to KNC and Red. He say Roger Report. She was a little tender-eyed. Yeah. Now she might have a lazy eye in there. And this white man just simply may not want his son to have inherited a lazy eye. You know, that could be exactly what's going on. Okay. Shout out to Trail Bit. He say on Juneteenth of all days too. Hey man, we got a strong contingent of our people who want to be with a white man. So even though it's Juneteenth, you know, a lot of black women want that old thing back. Let's be realistic now. A lot of black women want that old thing back. Okay. They done found out the slaves was having sex with the white men, and maybe slavery wasn't so bad. Maybe slavery wasn't so bad. You know, if they was getting that pink man to rock 'em, sock 'em, hey, you know what? I'm cool with that. I want to go back. But Truth Teller is back, so we're gonna go ahead and give him the mic again. Truth Teller, you got it, my brother.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
We hear you now. Yeah, we hear you now.
All right, it was my phone. It wasn't a T-Move earbud doing it this time. It was just the phone. I guess I got a T-Move phone. I don't know how you came up with this one, Roger. I don't know. I don't know what you was doing. Maybe you ate the food at one of your hoes' house and you put something in it. All right. Let's just analyze what we just saw in that little clip of the video.
Let me just say real quick. Sometimes folks like to say, y'all would say something different if the roles are reversed. So we got the white man in the sling today. So we're gonna see how it's gonna rock out.
All right, I'm gonna just hit. It's like some major things and a whole bunch of smaller things. All right, the first major thing is she literally testified that she got plastic surgery to get over the deaths of her family. Okay. The judge didn't even bother to ask her, well, how did this help you get over the deaths to see if that was actually what it was. She just went with it. All right, cool. She's an accessory to this false testimony, so we already know. Okay, all right. She stated all of that. She got some work done. I don't know if y'all peeped it. She said she got some work done. Nobody bothered to ask her, how much work did you get done and how much did you spend on it? Because that it's court. You should ask that, correct? Nobody asked that. Right. So we don't know how much work she got. We just know she's an attractive woman right now who had some work, and she did it because she was trying to forget her dead parents. Like, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna just leave that. I'm gonna leave that there because that's insanity. Just right there. Fine. The next part of it is he said the judge goes to Brad and say, "You doing this, Brad? You doing this, Brad? What's going on, Brad?" And Brad said the baby ugly. So Brad just told the honest to God truth. And Brad is like, well, I'm not the ugly one. So it's clear where the ugly came from. That's what Brad is thinking when he made that statement. Now, when I first heard this portion of his testimony, I'm like, damn, Brad is racist. Is he really going to get on here? I swore, Roger, he was going to say something that was associated with monkeys. I swore Brad was going to go on a racist tirade. and say something about monkeys and this baby. I was like, oh, she really picked the winner. That's what I was thinking at the time. But then Brad said, no, the baby's ugly. And the judge said, why the baby ugly? Because the judge was thinking racism too. They pulled out a picture. Pulled a picture out. Why did they pull the picture out, Roger? I don't understand. How did the picture help the situation? Okay, all right. They pulled the picture out. After they pulled the picture out, we all looking at it like, oh, okay. Brad might have a point. The judge goes into mitigating and quelling the obvious monkey in the room. Brad is saying she was ugly before without saying she's ugly before. Okay, he didn't say that, so he dodged it, and he was just like, yeah, she lied to me about how she looked, blah blah blah. And the judge looking at how she looked, and the judge said, the judge didn't. First, the judge never said she was pretty, and the judge never said she was ugly. The judge says she looked similar. She looked similar. She looked the same. And then she said she looked the same. Now, how does a judge become a witness who's supporting a lie we can all see? How can anybody ever trust that judge to judge a case? I will never ever watch that lady's show ever again. I'm sorry. I don't care what good things she say about black people, black men. I'm good. I'm done. That's it. Game over.
Well, we didn't see anything. Now, I'm gonna say, y'all, these are court shows. Obviously, there's got to be a longer clip out there. I just didn't find the longer clip. It's got to be one out there where, maybe a good 12 minutes or 22-minute thing where the whole thing happened. I ain't see it. But let's be realistic. Y'all. Okay, he probably didn't say anything about monkeys or anything. He was just trying to address the elephant in the room. That's what he came to address the elephant in the room, like
the elephant.
Look, y'all, she ugly.
I honestly, it worked. If he called him a monkey, I how can we argue if he even said it? Like after they showed her picture, Roger. I mean, how can we even? We could be mad that he referenced his kid as a monkey, but I mean, if we look at that picture, we're gonna be like, God damn, man, I gotta fight Brad? I gotta be against Brad, but damn, Brad might have a point. Listen, ladies and our bedwinches, you cannot force us to support the people you're partying with against us. How do you do that? I don't even know. I could never come up with that strategy. I'm sorry. You guys are ingenious. This makes no sense. It's the way it is.
You know what? The clip was too juicy for me not to use it. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I came across this one. I just could not do this one. I just could not do it.
Roger, when he said the baby's ugly, I really thought Brad was going to say monkey or something. Like he was going to make reference to racism. I really did. And she just blew my mind with the fact that she actually had a case that proved Brad wasn't racist. How do you do that?
I don't think Brad came in there on anything racist at all. And I think this is one of those quote unquote good white men. I don't know nothing about his racism. He didn't let it slip out in any kind of way. He say, "No, I got a real opinion, and my real opinion is this baby ugly." Okay, that's my real opinion. This baby is ugly. And you know what? I understand white men can be very different. I do understand white men can be very different. And as a black man, I don't ever remember a black man referring to his own child as ugly. But hey, maybe that's just a little different over there. Maybe it's a little bit different over there.
Did they show a picture of the baby? They never showed a picture of the baby. No, they not.
No, they showed a picture of the baby.
Oh, they did?
The baby would be considered a cute kid right now, but it's easy to consider a baby a cute kid. They got the baby dressed up with the baby hair. That baby hair, that baby hair make that whole thing funny to me. But But I'm not gonna get up here and call any baby ugly. I'm not saying the baby's actually ugly. I'm gonna say the baby's actually cute. Okay, at this juncture in his life, the ugly ain't quite set in yet. Okay, and I mean, I'm not saying it's got to set in. Good luck to the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Good
Good
luck to
luck
him.
to the
Yeah.
baby.
Good
You
luck.
know, but
Well, baby.
it
I
was a
really
nice
wanted to
photo.
ask, was she in the accident too? When I saw her previous picture, I was like, was you with your parents when that happened? I'm sorry. That may not be proper, but I really
Truth
thought
teller.
that.
No, 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 no.
All right, well, Tutter is back as well. So Tutter, go ahead and jump in, brother. How you doing?
Roger, he met this woman at the gym. He said there's only a few black women. It's a good-looking black woman. She's at the gym working out. That's where they met, at the gym. So that was rare for this white guy to see a good-looking black woman at the gym working out. He thought he had a prize. That's why he's ready to have the baby. He probably was ready to get married to her. But once after he saw the baby, he was like, "Whoa, something went awry. Something, something went left. What's going on?" He just got lost. He got lost a little bit, man. He got lost. Now he's trying to figure his way back out, how he can get out of this situation. But I think because he met her at the gym, he's like, this woman's healthy. She's working at the gym. I might have something going on. And then he was surprised, a little surprised.
Now, I will say, black women will go to the gym if they live amongst white folks. They'll go to the gym. Okay, it's when they live amongst black men, because y'all are seen as niggas. They ain't too quick to go to the gym for us, but they will go to the gym for a white man. That's for sure. So don't y'all get it twisted. She will go to the gym for a white man, for a chance at a white man. Okay. Now, we got one more guest that just came up, so I'm gonna go ahead and let him get in. Shark Sims is in the building. What you gonna say about this from Shark? Okay, how's it looking in your world right now?
How y'all doing?
Doing great, brother. Doing great.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say this: black women will go to the GYM for white men, and for black men, they're gonna go to the JIM. You know what I mean? And get Memphis and shit. Black ass. But yo, this I had to watch the joint again because I was listening to Truth Teller talk, and I was like, hold on, let me go watch this joint one more time. Yo, honestly, the black woman is the most diabolical person I have ever encountered, man. I ever encountered. The fact that judge sat there and said, well, the bitch basically said, just don't look like you anymore. But she wanted to she said, oh no, the eyes is a different shape. Yeah, the mouth is like black women, they just can't be real for anything, B. So I advise anybody, if you ever go into a courtroom and it's a black woman being the judge, I'm just gonna let you know right now, that's your ass. Because they is the most non-truth telling motherfuckers I have ever seen, bro. And I feel bad for white man because he did get swindled and bamboozled. So this might be one of the only shows we supposed to be up here defending a white man because that was foul. And if that could happen to Jim, that could happen to any one of you.
Hey, that's real talk right there, brother. That's real talk. Hey, if it's happening to him, ain't none of us safe. Now,
Right.
I don't know where this clip came from because, like I said, I didn't see the original. I did hit the little thing to go to. It was going to like another clip that had nothing to do with this, so I didn't see where the original one came from. Oh, I just seen a clue. We the people. So maybe the lady got a new job. Maybe the lady got a new job because I'm like, this is the paternity court. Like, this don't even seem right. But I just saw because I'm looking at the video again myself right now, and I saw something that said "We the people." So maybe she got her new job. Okay. She's a little more made up than she was in the paternity court. So, shout out to her if she done got a better job. But I'm gonna slow down because Black Guru done joined us. So I'm very interested to see where Black Guru gonna go with this. Black Guru, you have the flow, my brother. Great to see you.
Hey, am I coming in clear? Or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, okay.
I don't hear him.
Glad to talk with you, fellas. Okay, all right. Yeah, I think I told this story before, but my wife, one of my wife's best friends is uh, biracial, uh, and she her father's black, uh, mother's white. She had uh, a sister and a brother. Now, you're talking about people in their 50s, so you're talking about going back to, when these kind of couplings were a little more precarious, sort of thing, in terms of when her parents got together. And one day, I guess 10 or so years into their marriage, the father, black guy, had epiphany and realized that he had diluted his blood making children with this white woman. So he abandoned them and when he got the blackest woman he can find, and I think he had like 6 or 7 children with her. Devastated, obviously. I mean, even like let's say my wife's friends still haven't really recovered, from this thing that happened like 40 years ago, over 40 years ago to her. And it utterly destroyed her brother. I mean, her brother just never, I mean, he just went totally off the rails because, his father did not want him because he was partly white. I tell this story to say that, in this mixing and people proposing to want to mix with other people, the men in particular, I don't think really think enough about how they might feel about having children that are not like them, that don't look like them, or maybe in the case of their daughters, don't look like their mothers or the women in their family. Whenever I see, these athletes in particular, and they have these mixed race children, it's always interesting to me when the children look so dissimilar from them. And in the example you present, Roger, the man was deceived. He was grossly deceived. Like regardless of how we feel about, white people, white men, and whatever, he thought he was buying on one set of genes, and it was revealed to him that he got different set of genes. I mean, let's face it, the woman lied about why she got the surgery. She got the surgery to adopt more white acceptable features. That's what she did. So when he was pursuing her, he was pursuing those more white acceptable features. It doesn't even matter who or whether anyone thinks, beautiful or ugly or whatever. I mean, look, white men are going to use terms that black men are not going to use. Black men ain't going to call their baby ugly necessarily. White men will. They will. And we'll say worse shit than that even. So, ironically, as I'm looking at what's presented there, the white guy was the total victim in that whole situation, and the woman and the judge were the villains. They were.
Okay, okay.
All I saw in the video is that there was 3 bitches in the courtroom.
You said it was three what in the courtroom?
3 bitches in the courtroom.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Look, I don't know this judge from this show yet. Okay, obviously this is a different job than what I've seen her from. I've seen her at paternity court where she seems reasonable, pretty reasonable in most stuff that I saw. I would say that the clips I've seen of her, she's rather reasonable. I don't know what happens. Sometimes you change jobs, you change personality. So maybe she got a different job now. So she presenting herself. I mean, she got the afro going now. She ain't had it on the other one. She got the earrings. She got the makeup on. It wasn't quite like that on the other show that I can remember. And I guess she came to put her foot down. Okay, she came to put her foot down. Uh, I'm curious what Elder Blood said real quick, so I'm gonna see what he say. He says, "See, that is a white supremacist lie that black men's penis does not produce white children. Point blank. Period. Just like the white man's penis does not produce blacks." Well, obviously this child, because they showed a picture of the child, of the actual child, not the ones on screen, but the actual child involved. Yeah, I mean, it lost a few shades. I say it definitely lost a few shades. But I am gonna say, yeah, I do agree that he was deceived because she don't look quite the same. Okay, she don't look quite the same. Yeah,
Roger, I think she lied. I think she lied again. How much y'all want to bet her mama was fine as hell? And that's why she mad.
that could be the case too. Yeah, that could
If
be
her mama's fine as hell, that's a good reason to resent somebody who no longer here and you don't look the way your mama look. Women do that a lot. That could be a possibility. I think her mama fine.
And I ain't gonna lie, brother. I did sit
Well,
there. I think, why would you?
It looked like to me she used that insurance money from her parents' death to spend 50 grand or 100 grand to change herself into what she is right now. That's what I think she did. I mean, she might have had some resentment towards her mother. Her mother might have been fine. I mean, from the photo they show of her, she seemed like a lovely black woman, but she looked like a black woman, you know. She don't look like this sort of Margot Robbie version of a black woman that she's changed herself into.
She looked like a black woman that's a little bit below eye. Ooh, let's just call a spade a spade. I agree with you. She got the surgery.
Well, I'm just saying it's a photo. It's not like a glamorous photo. You put the right makeup and lipstick on her and doll her hair up. I'm sure she looked fine, but she just looked black fine. She don't look manipulated, trying to be white fine. She probably was a lovely woman. She probably was a lovely, naturally black woman. Maybe not a dime, but she probably was a lovely woman. The baby don't look ugly. The baby just looks black, or blacker than he expected the baby to look.
Let me ask you a simple question. Do y'all think she would have done that for a black man?
Would she have deceived a black man? Yeah. Yeah.
She would have did the surgery for a black man. They do it all the time.
What I'm gonna say?
Well, not for. Yeah,
right.
Not for.
She did the surgery for herself. But would she deceive a black man and not let him see a picture of what she used to look like? I'm pretty sure she'd do that.
Yeah, of course. Of course she would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference here is the black man wouldn't have looked at that baby necessarily and been bothered how it looked,
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I just looked at the baby.
Of course, if it's a baby, it's black, it's just going to look like a black child. So he's not going to even be wiser.
But Ura, I would have believed that Brad was racist in some way, shape, or form. But man, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. I would have believed Brad looked at the baby and said, he's too black, he's ugly. I want to believe it. But she's not helping that case out, man. I gotta.
I want to blame Brad, but she ain't giving me no room to blame him.
No room. I want to say it's Brad's fault.
I think the baby distorts the real issue in that he thought he was getting one type of woman, and she actually is a different woman. It's like, haven't you guys seen these cases apparently in China where men are suing women because they had plastic surgery, didn't tell them, and they put the side by side pictures of how the women used to look and how they looked after surgery, and it's sort of like a night and day scenario. Mm-hmm. So I mean, to me, the baby kind of distracts from the fact of you sold me a lemon. you effectively sold me a lemon with your appearance. I thought I was getting this, and I drove away with that. And the baby just is sort of a manifestation of that deception.
Could y'all imagine his face when he found that shoebox with that picture in it?
Why was it in the shoebox?
It was in a shoebox in the attic up under a bunch of clothes and tools.
True color. He's like, oh shit,
He
here go my
probably
Air
like,
Force
damn,
One.
I should have destroyed all those pictures.
He was up there cleaning up. He was like, oh, I didn't even know she had Air Force Ones. He opened that damn box and was like, oh shit, what the hell?
Hey, Roger, it got so bad in China that they had to stop the filters. They said that filters are not allowed anymore on their social media. You can't have
Oh
a filter.
wow.
It got so bad that there was these old
Yeah, I
women
look at
putting the
in
pictures
China,
up.
they are serious about men being deceived by the appearance of women. And I don't
Mhm.
think that that's necessarily an unusual thing. It's probably only in America, really, where they try to minimize the effect of that kind of deception. But the white man was grossly deceived. He was sold a lemon from his perspective.
And
I mean,
they call all this makeup and stuff and these plastic surgery witchcraft. It's not. This is witchcraft. This is what witches used to do. You're changing your whole appearance. You're changing the whole way. That's not just the plastic surgery and the makeup and the fake hair. You taking a woman that could be, a 3 or 4, and then she looking like she's an eight or nine, 8 or 9. And then when all that makeup comes off and you reverse that plastic surgery, she's back to who she used to be. And her kids are going to look like she used to look like. That's the biology. So it can be very deceptive. You're trying to get certain kind of look or whatever for your family, and you find out this ain't what you. This is all make believe. This is all witchcraft. It's not the real thing.
yeah, yeah, and I think Black Rule is making a point too. Throwing the baby in there probably ain't got nothing to do with the actual problem. He probably just stumbled upon them photos or something, and just didn't appreciate the fact that he wasn't told about this beforehand. Because I mean, they say they're not together now. Now we didn't get any information on what together meant. Did that mean marriage? Did it mean they just boyfriend and girlfriend? Were they fiancés? We just know he pissed off. Okay, we do know that. So you know, if this is an actual marriage,
Well,
yeah, I'd be upset too. I
well,
would definitely be upset too. You know,
but he was suing for the cost of IVF. So I mean, I hope he didn't pay for IVF for a girlfriend.
but yeah, and he is a white guy, so it probably was a wife then. That's a kind of a reasonable
Yeah.
conclusion. It probably was a wife.
I mean, I
And
don't know too many boyfriends that are paying for IVF
exactly.
procedures.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any. Truth be told, I have not heard of any case like that.
Right.
So more than likely, that's a husband. So he's stuck with her per se. I mean, he got a right to be upset. He got a right to be upset. But
Listen,
it's
y'all just said something I just completely missed. You telling me he actually paid for that ugly baby? Is that what y'all
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, he paid for the ugly black baby. That's why he mad.
and when your daddy start calling you ugly, that's serious there, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's serious right there. But Inspired Truth they came up, so I'm gonna give it to Inspired, man. Inspired, well, what you got about it? What's going on, brother? What you gonna say about this one, brother? Okay.
Well, first off, as per usual, I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday, having a fabulous one out here on this Juneteenth here. Man, what did I say here? I guess he was like expecting a pair of skinny jeans, and he ended up with a pair of chinos instead. That's what I seem to see in this video. I'm going to assume that this is actually just a skit, but until otherwise proven. But like y'all said before, like the dude himself, I'm like, he's got a widow's peak, receding hairline there, and you thought you were going to get what exactly? Like, I can't really, I can't really say anything about the kid for real, for real. And the whole thing about, I do think that there is something to be taken away here about the whole idea of how narrative and emotionality shapes what we accept in and how we move in reality. That whole idea of she was pretty before and she's pretty after, and we just kind of like, for the most part, we just kind of accept that type of thing. We just acquiesce to it because we don't want to damage the emotional state of women, or because we want to yeah, really because of that for the most part. Like, we don't want to push back. So we end up just kind of taking that story and then just letting it rock when we really shouldn't for the most part. And I guess, hey, this guy over here, he's like, yeah, I'm taking the trial then. Let's go with that. We get filters and stuff all the time. And that's basically what they'll end up saying. I was pretty before, I'm pretty after. I'll land it there.
Yes, it's a whole different thing once you done married somebody, though. I'm gonna say that. I understand his reason for being upset. You done got with this woman. You know, you consider yourself a progressive white man. Were you willing to claim this black woman in public? You know, and when all your friends, or maybe not all of them, but you had friends and relatives that told you, don't you look, man, she black. Just, have some fun with her and move on. Cause he a white man. Y'all know somebody told him, have some fun with her and move on. But he was like, no, I loves her.
And she's pretty. And she's pretty.
She the one.
Yeah. Jesus.
She do everything I ask her to do. She there for me. She support me. I got to do right.
She goes to the gym. She goes to the gym, Roger.
Yeah,
I mean,
4 or 5 days a week. She's at the gym.
Oh my God.
Listen with
She got like maybe like 10% better. Went from like a 4 to a 5 or something like that.
He probably had a real sit down with his pops. Like, look, son, don't let that cootie cat get you off your square, bro. We got things to do. We movers and shakers, man. Don't bring this into the family. Don't mess with what we got going on. But Dad, I love her, man. Dad, I think she really cares about me. You know what I'm saying? He probably had some serious talks going on before he just, end up marrying her. Because I do believe he married her. Because again, I've never heard of a boyfriend making these types of moves. I just ain't never heard of it. So, and then, yeah, he probably did find a picture in that shoebox, and that's where all this stuff probably truly started from. Because I'm trying to be realistic. When would she show him this picture? Would she ever voluntarily just show him this picture without no pressure actually happening? I don't think this picture would have ever came up had he not said something.
And truth be told, she probably got fat girl trauma. So that picture might be displaying a girl who was kind of husky back in the day as well. Ugly and husky. Because, I can't believe this, the Matrix, B. I can't believe nothing of her facade or her personality. It's all a lie. It's all a lie.
But here's the thing, though. She's like, all right, so if she's a lemon, he's definitely a prune. So, like, I mean, you ended up with like a prune with a lemon. I guess maybe when you look at it that way, like,
Brad paid for IVF, baby. Brad is not a prune. He's lemonade if she a lemon. She was stepping up with Brad. She knew. That's why she put in all that effort. That was a win for her.
Hairline and everything, for real.
It don't matter, man. That's Brad. She was stepping up with Brad.
Well,
bro.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that he was willing to. I mean, and again, I'm sounding
IVF,
sympathetic to white dudes, but the fact that he was willing to pay for it and go through all of that, must have meant he really cared for her in the way that a white man can care for the maximum degree that a white man can care for a black woman. He must have been there to go through all of that. Most white men, why am I going to do that? Especially with this black shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your brother going to the car lot and he's approved for anything? He can get a Bentley if you want. You can get a Mercedes if you want. You know, you can get an Aston Martin if you want. And then, you know, you see him the next day knowing he's going to have this new car because he told you he was coming over. And this nigga pull up in a busted down Chevy, you know what I'm saying, from 20 years ago. I think that's what's going on in this situation. This man thought he got a Rolls Royce or something.
Let's do a little bit better, Roger. He bought one of them Pimp My Ride cars where they just change the outside, but the inside look same. So he got himself a 1987 Datsun with 23-inch rims on it. So he didn't know, Roger. He just didn't know. He got.
They changed the odometer on him. He had 230.
They changed everything. They changed the grill, the rims, the odometer, the door handles, the roof. He had the roof. The roof was automatic. It came down automatically, man. Man was fooled.
So we're gonna have to have a class action lawsuit for all the BBLs now.
Brad fell for the oldest trick in the book, okay? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Nah, man, that ain't what this is. I don't even believe she's black anymore. I don't know what she is. That's crazy. I don't think she's black. I don't believe it. She got injections.
To me, because if you don't tell nobody what you actually look like, and you didn't have significant plastic surgery, I'm gonna just say that. We see the old picture. We know mama them done died. She probably had an insurance claim. I didn't even think about it till Black Guru said it, but once Black Guru said it, I was like, yeah, that's gotta have happened. So she paid a significant amount of money to present herself a very different way than what she actually is. And I mean, this is
She
it
said
ain't even
her
just
parents
it's
died
so
in a plane
premeditated.
crash.
Yeah.
She said her parents
she got dope.
died in a plane crash. If that was
Yep.
commercial plane, she got a windfall of money when
Yes, she did.
when in that setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she could
And
easily pay to create a whole different look. She probably had liposurgery. She probably had all possible alterations that she could probably make, including that different face she got.
That's why I did. I was really surprised the judge never asked, "Hey, how much surgery did you have? Like, what kind of changes did you do?" Right?
No. As Roger said, the judge was trying every way possible to cover up the deception because she was with that white man. The judge was trying to cover up that deception and help her out of a situation that she was in. Because notice she kind of flippantly alluded to the fact that she did not disclose all her necessary private information. And the judge looked right past that. The judge did not focus at all on the fact that she had deceived that man from the start. They ignored that, even though she admitted to it.
And I didn't seen this judge before, so I'm actually a little surprised that she would just glide past that the way she did. Because usually she wouldn't just let stuff just go. I mean, it was blatant. There's one thing to fool somebody or to give something in a nonchalant way that you just don't catch it. She totally caught it. And she tried to just glide past it.
The judge's issue with him was that, you think black women are ugly. That was the judge's issue with him. Fundamental.
Yep.
That was
and she
was her fundamental.
She actually tried to make it. Yeah, she tried to make it sound like she's the same as she is now, even though you just acknowledged she had surgery to change, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Roger,
she literally did perjury on herself in her own, own trial. How do you're the judge? You can't be a witness doing perjury at a case you're overseeing. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I also can't have this white man on national TV saying that black women are ugly.
That's true.
I also can't have I can't have this white man on national TV saying that black women are ugly. That I cannot tolerate.
But I don't think
Yeah.
he was saying black women are ugly. I think he was saying her specifically was ugly.
No, but that's what he's saying and how she is interpreting it is two different things.
Right. Yeah,
And
black women,
black
she got to
women
protect
think
this.
much more collectively. Black women think much more collectively. If you do something bad to one of us, especially if it's of a racial thing, you're doing it
Oh
to
yeah.
all of us.
Yeah, to protect the sisterhood. Protect the sisterhood. That's what their motto is.
But you,
Protect the
I don't know if you
sisterhood.
noticed, Brad took a different tactic though. He didn't call her ugly. He called the baby ugly because of her. Right?
I'm
Well,
gonna
see,
put
he
no
ain't
doubt
ugly
in
no
me.
more after the procedure.
Wait, I'm sure he realizes the baby isn't ugly, but he has to make the case that the ugliness had to come from somewhere, and it's not him. So
Can't be me,
he couldn't.
baby. Can't be
Yeah.
me, baby. Can't be me.
So, and he can't just like y'all said, he can't outright say she ugly.
What's the
So the
origin of
baby's the
ugliness?
only.
Yeah.
Doesn't that baby look
Yeah,
just like him though?
And
Wait,
that's the problem.
but the other thing is, when he called the baby ugly, the judge literally sidestepped that part of it as well. She wasn't like, "Oh, how do you say a baby's ugly?" She actually went in full defense of the beauty of the mother because she knew he wasn't really talking about the baby. So
Yep.
she'll allow the baby to be called
That's
ugly in her court. Just don't refer that ugliness to the baby mama because that's black.
Because
It's
all
crazy.
black women are
Yeah,
beautiful.
that was the judge's fundamental issue. That was the judge's fundamental issue. You on here saying that the natural appearance of black women is ugly. That's what her issue was.
Mm-hmm. Not today. That's what she said. Not today.
Not under my watch.
Jesus. Oh my God.
You may let it pull it in somebody else's courtroom, but you ain't gonna put it in mine. Shout out to y'all, Borg. He said, Brad, I'm not mad at the product. I'm upset at the price. Now, we got Jado that came in, so let me go ahead and let Jado get the mic. Jado, do your thing, my brother. Do your thing. Hey, and real quick, y'all remember, the roles could be reversed. but go ahead.
Happy Juneteenth, gentlemen. Hope y'all doing well, man. I see when I saw I don't know. This is just me, fellas. Again, man. Maybe my brain is not functioning correct. I don't see a big difference between the before and after picture of this black woman. Maybe one of you guys might have put that out there already. I don't know. I mean, I do see a difference, but it's
the only big difference I see is the nose. The only huge difference I see.
You know, the biggest thing I saw Uru was her lower jaw. I think she had some lower jaw surgery, man. That's what I saw. The nose looked a little more contoured, but I didn't.
They'll trim those chins too. They'll trim those chins and jawlines. I mean, like I said,
what I
if
saw.
she got a windfall of dough from her parents' death, she had plenty of money to do all that.
Yeah, and of course she. You know what? And another thing, man. Maybe I think I don't know. I know she's lying about some aspect of that story that she gave to that white dude. I just, of course, I don't know what aspect it was, but she's lying about something, obviously, man. And when I'm kind of going, when I see that baby, I see that white man.
Yes.
I see him. And I'm thinking maybe he was trying to, I don't know, clean his genetic prototypical image up by getting with this black woman, man. And he's mad. He rolled the dice and it didn't work. I know we have a lot of, I don't believe in that one drop rule, man. I don't subscribe to that. That's just me. I know we've been taught that and we've adopted that. I don't subscribe to it personally. That's just me. But I see that white man as that baby, and yeah, it's not like he's some stunning looking white man or whatever. And he rolled the dice. A lot of times these interracial couples think they're going to get the prototypical beautiful half breed child, and sometimes it does not work that way. It comes out that it doesn't work that way. So again, I think he's mad because the baby actually looks like him. And I'll end right there. Thanks for having me up.
Be careful, man. Somebody might think you say the baby ugly.
You know what, man? I kind of, I try not to judge. I don't judge babies at all. I don't. What it's just a
Yeah,
baby to me, and I don't know how those look. He might, grow up and look, super handsome. He might be the. I don't know
exactly.
or whatever. So
That could
I
be
don't have
Jordan.
no. I
That could
kind
be
of, and
Jordan. See,
I don't care about that white man. I don't care about him.
but the fact that she could actually. So okay, so the part of the game is dealing with deception, right? But when you talk about genetic deception, that's a whole different level and a whole different game. So, I
Ah,
looking at it from that perspective, I can understand if somebody who's already sensitive about his genetic makeup and mixing having to put a little whipped cream of ugly on top of it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it.
I
I
think I
get it.
think I think the ugly is him, man. That's just me.
I don't know, man. I saw her picture. I'm just saying. And
I mean,
I know y'all.
I don't look
Listen.
at it
I
either
know we
way,
don't.
man. She
I
didn't
know we
look
don't
Looks
want to
just
say.
like him.
the post her and the pre surgery and post surgery. I don't. She doesn't move me either way. To be honest
Roger,
with
can you pull up that?
Yeah,
Can you pull up that clip?
it's hard
Can you pull up that clip?
on
Because I
that
don't think they
on
saw
that
what I
photo.
saw.
It's hard for me to make a definitive. I mean, we're just seeing a photo. It's not a live action thing.
you. Yes.
Sometimes your appearance get
How you
distorted,
look.
a particular look on the photo, and you see the person in live action that just look different because you just happen to be moving your head a certain way, lighting, and all that kind of bullshit. So it's
Yep.
really kind of hard to just make a definitive opinion on
Oh,
the photo. I did not see a ghastly looking black woman
mm,
on the photo. I
True.
saw
I agree.
what for me is a fairly average
uh,
looking black woman on
uh,
the photo. But
so,
here's the thing: he's a white man, and a white man is going to have a different perception of blackness than a black man is.
Correct.
And one of the biggest problems that black women have with this issue of trying to divest in all this is that acute difference that a white man is going to notice in skin color and hair texture and keenness or of nose and lips and all those signals and markers of blackness that we will obviously as black men embrace and celebrate is going to seem and feel foreign to them. That's why I mentioned the story earlier, sort of in reverse, about my wife's friend, because he was looking at children that see I made these white-ish children, and he became aghast at that, and he fled. And to the point in which he made a point of going to get the blackest woman he can get, and had a whole
Damn.
bunch of black children with that woman. So that's what in reverse black women are dealing with when they want white men to get with them. Yeah, it's racism, but it's genetic um attachment or detachment.
Right.
That's the real
Mhm.
issue that they're dealing with.
All right, y'all. Now we got Mr. Ruffin who done came up, so I gotta let Mr. Ruffin get in. Jado, you can go right behind him. I seen you unmute. You was gonna say something, so you can go right behind Mr. Ruffin. Mr. Ruffin, you have the flow, my brother. You have the flow.
Salute to you, Roger. Salute to the chat. Salute to the gentlemen on the panel. Um, as I look at these pictures, my heart breaks for that white man. because these kids, these kids not half white.
Sorry.
Kids, these kids look like they belong to no placeholder. They look dumb as hell.
Damn. Jesus.
Ooh, swinging.
Dumb as
God
hell.
damn.
God damn.
So that's the first thing. Second thing, gentlemen, this is big in Asia. This is very big in Asia. Many men have sued women because the women did not disclose the plastic surgery that they had. One man sued one woman in China for a million renminbi, and then another man in South Korea uh beat her to almost she died for the same thing because at the end of the day, she didn't disclose that she had a lot of surgery like the eyes and things like that, and so when his kids came out, they look tore up from the floor up, right? So this is the kind of thing that does happen, is going to continue to happen because women do these augmentations and don't disclose it to try to get these certain type of men. And look, man, there's nothing real in 2026, and it shows it. But these kids right here, these kids are what we call paternity fraud. They are not white at all. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they do not look like them. Right? I know what a half white nigga looks like, and these kids don't look that. I pass the mic on that.
No, I was just gonna say,
So,
man, we
wait,
kind of
you are you saying that Klay Thompson ain't Michael Thompson's son? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that Klay Thompson and Steph Curry look half white, right? Like now Del Curry is not really the father, but I mean that's another time for another day, right?
Oh,
Just
wow. Oh, come on now.
just like
Come on.
Jordan. But
No,
anyway,
he got that same shoot.
anyway,
He got that same rifle in that arm. He got that natural rifle in his arm. That's
that was training. That was training. Just like Jordan Dad is really not Jordan Dad. Del Curry.
okay. We're not going there. We not
What them brothers ever do to you? That's all I want. What they ever do to you?
He asked me the question, and you know what I mean? He could have let it go, but he asked.
Philly ain't even been in it, man. Philly ain't even been in it. Ain't did nothing to you, man. But Jado, go ahead. What you was going to say?
yeah, I mean, we live in constant deception all the time. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it sounds like I'm taking up for this black lady, and I'm absolutely not. I don't. But I'm just saying, we live in an era. We live in deception. Like this makeup, these body shapers, these waist trainers, the heels, I mean, you guys, the eyelashes, the weed. I mean, if you name it, that we just live in it. So I don't know. It just doesn't move me. I actually believe this white man was trying to clean up his genetics, and I know. I mean, there's a contingency of on white people that they really hate themselves too on some level, and I think he was rolling the dice, hoping that he was gonna clean up his genetics and have this magical mix baby, and it didn't turn out the way he thought it would turn out. That's how I look at it.
So you think
that could be part of it.
You think he was betting that you have a nice mixed baby with a nice Hollywood look, and I can take my kids to Hollywood and I can get paid off this little more, and I can get rich because I got him in the right hands in Hollywood. You think that was kind of one of those things?
Pretty much.
They don't look like the typical mixed kids like that dude from Grey's Anatomy with the hazel gray eyes and stuff like that. These just look like random niggas.
You mean she's like saying basically Barack Obama, but like Barack Obama essentially.
Yeah, Barack Obama. Yeah,
just look like a black guy, a light skinned black guy. He don't look mixed. He look like a light skinned black guy.
Yeah.
So how Mr. Ruffin, you might be right. Those might not even be his kids.
It ain't his name, man. It ain't, man. It ain't, man. It's definitely not. Look, because you can
And
tell
then
by the hair. Look at the hair. Look at the boy's hair. That shit is peasy as a mother. You know what?
yeah, y'all brought up basketball players. Did y'all anybody else think that was Kevin Love at first? I was like, is that Kevin Love? At
Damn.
the
I thought
very
it was Kevin Love.
I'm talking about at
I
the
totally thought it was
first
Kevin.
look.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I totally thought it was Kevin Love.
And
Yeah.
for the record, Steph Curry, if you listening, and you shouldn't be because you know your wife don't like this, but if you is listening, bro, I have
Oh,
no problem with you. You're definitely the best point guard in history. So no beef.
yeah, this guy, you flaming out now. You just tripping.
I don't even know if Steph Curry know how to take any of this now. If he did here.
Well, I thought he's the best point guard in NBA history.
All right. I mean,
I didn't know point guards were shooters, but okay, yeah.
all right. Hey, man. I mean, if he listens, shout out to him for listening to the real out here. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get caught up in another world. So shout out to him if he is listening.
You basically are saying that his mother tricked his father, cooked his father, but shout out to him.
I don't even know how he would take that one, Joe.
My dad, your daddy ain't your daddy, but shout out to you. Shout out to you.
We still love you. We still love you.
Look, his wife is a bot, but still, shout out to him for his skills.
Well, that part is true. Now that part is true.
Well, I'm gonna say now there is a game people play about having a mixed race baby, and I know I kind of said it, but it's a real thing for some people. They'll have a mixed race baby, hoping they kids will look good enough that they could do something in Hollywood. It happens, okay? It does happen. You know, I know some people who got mixed race kids, and I was like, hey, you need to put your kids on the Hollywood scene, see, because they got to look for a come up. They definitely got to look for a come up. So it is a real thing out there. You know, I don't know exactly.
They practically manufacturing those kids in the greater LA area these days. There's so much race mixing out that way. You ain't gotta leave LA County to find them. In fact, if you look at the background of many of your mixed race children, many of them, if not most of them, come from the greater LA area.
They got that mixing down here in Florida too. It's happening heavily here. Like, I mean, I see mixed couples look like they in their late 40s, 50s, but they got 7 kids and they all coming out the supermarket together, age aligned. There's several families I see in my area that's like that. I'm like, God damn. Asian ones too, Asian and black dudes, and white and black dudes and white ladies. That I see that a lot.
And to be honest, man, I think that white man is probably really like reality has really set in that he's been with a black woman. So I think he's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get at her by saying something about this her golden calf, this mixed baby. So I think he just hates this. He's like, man, I didn't get a good product, and I have this baby. Let me just do whatever I have to do to get. I think it's about her, man.
It is, because that baby's ugly because of her.
Not the looks. And it ain't got nothing to do with the looks, though, fellas. Look, man, like, hey, white men, look, overall, of course, it doesn't apply to all white men. They're very keenly observant when it comes to features and stuff like that. Very, I would say more than the average black man. They're very observant. Very.
Well,
so
yeah, but to Uru's point, she gave herself whiter thing there, narrow nose, narrow lips, the framing of her face. All those changes she made wasn't to more of a black type of of her exterior. She actually made it closer to white. So I mean,
Fellas, I don't. Maybe I was looking at different pictures than you guys were. It's
I don't know
not
what
much of
y'all.
a difference, man.
But
You are bugging, Roger. Pull that up.
That makeup that makeup.
but we're
Pull it
look
up, Roger.
you're
Pull it
making
up.
just calm down and look at because y'all looking at photos, man. It's very hard,
Yeah,
in my view, to make a real accurate
So
assessment of things from photos. He's looking at that child live action every day. He is much more able to see the difference, looking at that child every damn day, 24 hours a day, than we can make out in a photo. So I think
so
I get what you guys are
but
saying, but you guys are making these opinions about something, and there's no way you can really kind of effectively express that opinion just based on the photo. I just don't think you can
you know
do
how
it.
I got you with that, Uru? Who in the hell brings the worst photo of themselves to court?
I'm just saying. That's
I
a
mean,
good point.
it is
Well,
show
look,
business, man.
I'm
It's for
That's
the
what I'm saying.
effective.
So if she had
It's
better
yeah,
show
and,
photos of
and
business.
herself
I'm not
before,
saying I'm not
just
saying
saying.
anybody brings the best worst photos. I'm just saying from our perspective, I I I, I would not be quarreling with somebody about who looks like what when they are seeing something live action on a daily basis, and I'm just looking at a photo. I just there's
Well,
no way I'm gonna
well,
I'm gonna think I
I'm
can
gonna put it to
really
how
make a
Brad saw it.
fair debate in that situation.
This is how Brad saw it. Brad saw that photo, and we can all agree it probably wasn't the best shot of her face. We can all agree with that. But if you look at her actions about her own image back in the time of that photo, it's clear the photo's accurate. I don't know why we want to distance ourselves from that. Because nobody redos their entire face because they don't agree with an ugly
I,
photo.
I think
I,
her actions mean that she wanted to look differently than what she looked.
I
Maybe
get
she
you.
wanted to look more acceptable to white people.
I, I
Whether
think
I would say that means that she was an ugly woman per se, I don't think I would necessarily accept. I mean, you could be an
I'm just going
attractive
with
black
Brad's
person,
perspective.
but want to
Yeah, I'm
change
just going with Brad's
your
perspective.
appearance to look more white.
Yeah, but I'm just going with Brad's
hey,
perspective.
I,
Our
I,
perspective on it, she's not interested in us. Brad's perspective is she was ugly. So, and she agreed. So I don't even know why we acted like we don't want to admit it. It is what
I think
it
he
is.
Well,
realized. I think he realized how horrible of a woman she is, and then he's trying to get back at her by any means necessary.
Now I'm gonna say
Okay,
this. I'm gonna say
could be.
this. I think there's a. She already thinks she ugly. Nobody has to convince anybody that she's already been convinced she ugly, which is why she had so much work done in the first place. I'm pretty sure she had some significant work done, and I'm pretty sure she she did just what I did, last week. I dropped my car off at the shop. You know what I said, take care of everything. Whatever needs to be done, handle it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it all, okay? And that's probably how she came to a doctor. Look, everything that you can do to improve my look, do it all. Because she got this huge windfall from her parents' death. And I'm pretty sure she invested significantly into her face. Once a woman thinks she's ugly, you got to do a lot to change her mind. And y'all know beauty is a much more of a central part of a woman's life than how we look at being handsome or something like that. It's extremely central to their life. Now, at the end of the day, they fell out some kind of way. I believe he probably just found an old photo of her and got upset that she didn't tell him what she looked like pre-surgery. I think that's what it is. I really don't believe the baby's involved. The baby has much to do with it, unless it's one of those things where he's missing opportunities. Because ain't you the guy with the nigga baby? Now he could be missing opportunities because of that. Y'all know how white folks can be and how they can shut down ranks of certain things. So maybe that's affecting
But
him.
but if you were really concerned about that, he never would have committed to her to begin with.
Well, I mean, I do believe that, and it could be something where he wasn't that concerned at first, but maybe he's more concerned now. So I really do believe more than likely it was just he found the old photo and mad that she didn't introduce the information before he locked her down. That's what I really believe it is. And I'm gonna say I ain't gonna say that woman is ugly, but I do see a little bit of a difference in the way she's presenting herself at the moment versus on this photo. And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And this is different because it is a white guy who's beholding the beauty. He gonna see it differently.
Hey Roger, they were having a live show, like a broadcast, right? So if you take away all that lady's makeup,
I
mean strip her down, the whole like the auto strip her straight down, bro. She ain't gonna look too much more different than that photo, man.
I totally get you, and I totally understand why you present that. I ain't gonna even argue with that for real. All I'm gonna say is, to a white man though, it's much bigger than how we gonna see it.
I think he realized the mess. I don't know. This is my thoughts, man. I could be wrong. I think he just really set in. Like, damn, I'm with this black woman, man.
Yeah, he got buyer's remorse.
She's crazy, man. Yes, that's what I think, man.
Yeah, he got buyer's remorse, and now how do I get out of this and save some kind of face at all?
Yes,
and you know what? I might have to blame it on my ugly baby.
He did.
Hey,
nobody said anything about him calling the baby ugly. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. Nobody said nothing. She didn't say nothing. The judge didn't say nothing. Brad called it ugly. It's crazy the way they do these kids. My God.
Because he's a white man. And white man can do that. I promise you.
Yes.
If you had a black man on national TV saying something about an ugly baby, they would be clowning. Those women would be clowning.
He gonna get fired from work.
He don't even care that this going to be permanent information. This child can look up later. He don't even care. Because I don't even think you can get a black guy to say it on TV.
But a white man can call a baby ugly. White people, I mean, they will say stuff and do stuff just as a part of their subculture that black people look aghast at. Children cursing out their parents. We look aghast at that, and to them, that's a daily thing.
I try not to use the word. They don't play fair, fellas. They don't play fair. They don't play fair.
Not even with each other. Not even with each other. Sometimes, especially not with each other.
Indeed.
I'm just saying that even the black women on there, so I gotta suspect the judge now of being like her. Because they didn't say nothing about the baby, calling the baby ugly neither. They just went straight to
maybe
defense.
We should look up some old high school pictures of the judge. Maybe she had some work done too. Wouldn't surprise
very legit. Very legit.
You like she got that standard Hollywood nose, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Very legit.
They used to do me like that.
which is all the more reason why she would be particularly pissed at Kevin Love saying what he's saying.
Kevin Love.
That dude was just like Kevin Love, man. He was just like that Kevin Love. Jado was right.
That's his little brother.
That kind of low key potential serial killer look. Yeah, man.
His little brother.
That's what she calls swag. That's what she calls swag. That's not a negative. That's swag.
He seems dangerous. He's like a dangerous white man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Kevin Love. Tell Steph that he was mentioned in the show.
You're welcome. And the interesting part, Kevin Love is also a second generation NBA player. His dad played in
NBA.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
I never knew that. Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah,
A
that
lot,
was.
a lot of these, the current generation, a lot more of them than in the past have. But they were literally brought up training, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
they were
Champ is
training,
here.
and like Kobe, they were practicing with NBA players when they were kids.
right. Doc Rivers' son too. He used to go to school down here in Florida,
Yeah,
Winter
Austin Rivers.
Springs High School.
Mhm.
Yeah, he actually would go and practice because Doc Rivers was down here for the Magic. He would actually practice with them when he was in middle school and high school.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I mean, Kobe was playing practicing with the Sixers when he was a kid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna have Champ get us back on track to the story. Champ has come up. Champ, what you got on this one, brother? What you got on?
Hey, what's going on, panel? Happy Juneteenth. I hope you all are having fun later on this evening. Unfortunately, I'm not because I gotta go to work later on, but I'll celebrate tomorrow and everything else. But anyway, another failed divesting moment. Once again, sister wanted a nice, beautiful, exotic child and everything else. It's been going on for centuries now, and it failed. Meanwhile, her white counterpart was not all that pleased as well either, and everything else. And what made it worse was the fact that she never she disclosed she didn't tell them that she had surgery and all that type of stuff. And that's a pretty dangerous thing, is because as Mr. Ruffin would say, these guys, will go rent bunks on some of these ladies over this or get sued for it. So all I can say to this sister and everything else is that get some help. Go see a therapist. Do something with that brain of yours and everything else and get it fixed and get it right and everything else. And whatever trauma that you wanted to talk about with your therapist, you gotta talk about it and everything else so that could get healed up and everything else. Because this, I mean, this doesn't look good for you. It doesn't look good for your reputation and everything else. And unfortunately, it's going to be very hard for you to find another man in your life. You probably just going to be sticking with non-black men after this, because you think your brothers would have put up with this and everything else? I think not. So that's my 2 cents.
Well, I think the problem here is this. This is fraud, man, and fraud is illegal. And when you're planning, I mean, look, man, I think black people are the only people that really don't really care about kids' genetics like that, like other races do.
That's true.
And when you're looking at a woman, you say, okay, yeah, this is the person I want to reproduce with. You know what I mean? You gotta disclose this kind of stuff because, like, it's like the what's that dude's name? Reset, right? Right? I mean, this nigga hopping around with one leg, you know.
I don't know,
Blade.
man.
Now, what's that dude's name? The Blade Runner, like the black woman from the Olympics. She literally dated a nigga with no legs. You got to disclose this stuff, man.
Well,
Hey, man.
well, go ahead, Jada. I ain't gonna cut
No, I was just my bad. Right?
I here, right? This and this woman is dating this gimpy ass dude instead of being with a black man. That's one thing. But on top of that, now if that dude was a woman, that woman be like, "Well, these are my real legs." You know what I mean? It's fraud.
I don't know. I look at, man, I've seen this through, over the years myself, just observing, man. Like these black women, they're very accommodating to white men. We all know that but it's hard to sustain that front for them, man. It's hard to. I know that they do have that desire. They do want to, try to impress and be with white men, man. But it's hard to keep up that look. And I think he started seeing the cracks in her her that face, man. Well, maybe literally or whatever, but he started to see the cracks in her and like, oh man, this is what I. And I mean, they got the child. She got the child too, so she's probably like, all right, I don't have to front as much, man. I don't have to keep up this as much. So I think there is some buyer's remorse, as you say, Roger.
Well,
Yeah. He probably thought that, or she probably thought that she can relax a little bit more. We've been together a while. We ain't got
Yep.
married. I ain't got to do it 24 hours a day. Maybe I can go down to 12 hours a day of keeping this front up. And yeah, that definitely could have got her caught up.
well,
We can't deny that. That definitely could be a main factor.
well,
So
Jado. Well, Jado, look, man. I don't have to tell you, man. You've been doing this since you was 7.5. Pop is pop. And at the end of the day, it's in the blood. And that's why I keep telling Roger and Nameless, right? I keep telling Nameless, man, but see, these people, they want to look in the books when it's in front of your face. Reality is there. It is in the blood, man. Look, there's a couple things that is in the blood of women. Number one, they are not going to tell you the truth. They are just not.
These pest lab devices.
They're just not. Number two, whatever her parent and her grandparent, she's gonna be that. So I'm pretty sure that her grandmom lied to her granddad too. And her mom probably lied to her dad on some fraudulent shit. And so now she lied to a white man. It is in the blood, man. It is in the blood. Ain't no doubt about it.
well, I mean, we can't stop her from trying to get what she wants to have. But my thing is, I do think the white man has a point because
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure he was tricked. I'm pretty sure he probably never paid attention to it because we don't pay attention to these types of things. When you go into people's homes, a lot of times we're not gonna pay attention to the pictures that a woman has in her home. We just not gonna do it like that. Women do that to a great deal, but we don't do it like that until we really have a reason to do it, or we just sitting down there bored, so we looking at the pictures on the wall. So she probably don't even have no pictures of herself from back in the day. All the photos new, and he probably would never question how come ain't no picture of her when she was a girl. How come there's no picture of her with some friends when she, or no graduation picture, something like that, where he could see something going on with her from years ago? He probably never thought about it. So I do believe he just happened to find a photo. Something happened. These photos come up. She liked these photos enough to keep them around, or she at least hid the photo, and maybe she forgot them. And he just probably came to her like, "Who was this?"
You know the easiest way to get a picture, and I alluded to it earlier. What high school she graduated? Or what high school did she attend? She gonna be in them yearbooks. She gonna be in them yearbooks. So that's me. Once you know what high school she went to, what age she is, which will tell you when she was in high school. Once you know what high school she went to, you're gonna be able particularly in 4 year in a 4 year period, she's gonna be in that yearbook. She's gonna be in those class photos. And that might have been
But you know what's bad? But what's bad is this is how you have to investigate now. That's horrible.
Colombia, it's famous for like plastic surgery. So there's a lot of babies being born without the mother's nose. If people be having these babies like, what that nose? Where that nose came from? They Latin guys be waiting to cry because this ain't my wife's nose. Now they might have the DNA test, but it might be correct, but the nose is not the same.
Women go get in trouble. People go, who baby is this? Because these ain't my features, and they dang showing Joe features. So who features it? You
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely suspect my wife of cheating. If I saw something like that, hey, wait, what? Who baby is this? I'd be getting it tested. I wouldn't even believe the test. I'd be like, wait, the test said it's mine, but this ain't mine. This don't look like. This is crazy.
You got to
this
tell
is
me
bad.
who ears are old. Them ain't none of my ears.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be it's definitely gonna be some women gonna definitely have some trouble going up. So I guess the best thing for women to do is actually start showing these old photos, because if he like you, and see, and this is the problem with women, they want to show you stuff later on down the road, because it's like, yeah, well, if I can get him to fall in love with me first and then spring it on him, he ain't gonna go nowhere. So women think that's like a real option that they have. You know, I don't know how men can make it easier that, I mean, can make it where women will get that if he want to leave, he going. Now, I will say this, for black men, yeah, we don't really leave. But if you're going to try to play all this stuff on a white man, they known for leaving. Okay? They known for you know. So I don't know how you think this going, well, if I just be with him 6 months first, then tell him it'll be better. Nah, white folks, white men, they're known for getting about it there. You know, black
Or
guys, go
making
ahead.
them leave too, Roger. Or making
Yeah.
them leave too.
Yeah.
They'll make them leave.
Listen,
Everything else.
I know we all heard the story of Daddy went out to go get some milk. That wasn't a black dude in that story. That story wasn't written for black men. Black men might have went out for cigarettes. We might have went out for cigarettes.
But when the black man went out to get some milk, he came back with 2-3 gallons. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just disappear. He made sure he brought back enough. You know. Yeah, but that white guy, yeah, when he said I'm going to get some squares, he mean a whole new block. I'm going to change residence on you. You know. But hey, I ain't mad at her. She at least she got the white man she wanted. That's my thing. She got the white man she wanted. You know,
they got to write this into the paternity fraud laws, Roger. They got to put this in the paternity fraud laws. As a man, you got to have the ability to have power to protect your lineage, right? And if your lineage is going to be, you feel is going to be hindered based on deception, I mean, that is classified as fraud. Now, if I knew you was ugly and I was cool with ugly being in my gene pool and I signed up, that's different than me finding out you ugly after I signed up for pretty. I signed up for pretty. I didn't sign up for ugly. So, I mean, they got to do something about this because it's getting worse. The way more science is pushing forward, it's getting worse. And it's going to get worse.
You know, I think it's definitely a real thing, because as a guy who considers myself, I only talk to attractive women, you know, and I'm not saying she got to be supreme, but I got to find her attractive. So if I find her attractive and then I find out she wasn't really attractive, I think that would kind of upset me, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm gonna want to fix to that. I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna want to fix to that. So, you know, and the way these filters are, which is why I would never talk to a woman like some online stuff. That ain't where it's at for me. You know, it's just way too much stuff. I can't get into the dating apps and all that. You know, I don't even understand why women wouldn't be liars on these apps. So it's like, if I don't come across you so I can see what it is myself, I don't want to do it. And then in some cases, it's men. You know, you got too many men out there posing as women, trying to get men to do stuff and send money and all that other kind of stuff. So I ain't with all that. I need to know what it is for real, for real. So that being the case, that's a question I never think I had to ask. I'm gonna need to I guess I'm gonna have to play the Black Uru game. I'm gonna need to see pictures from you in high school. What school did you go to? I need to see you as a minor, just so I can be sure. You know, it's getting rough out here, y'all. And I'm gonna just say, y'all, they getting some nice smooth skin out here. So don't just assume it's a woman all the time, y'all. If they got stuff, skin to be nice and smooth. You never think they was growing a beard at some point. You never think with some of the stuff they got on. So be conscious of what you're messing with. That's real talk. Yeah. Maybe technology is going a little too far. But I'm gonna say this: how do you write that into law when you live in the U.S. and people are supposed to have freedoms? How can you even make a law to get women to tell somebody the truth? And I don't think our politicians are on that. Truth be told, I don't think our politicians want to do anything where you're gonna quote unquote hold women more accountable than what they already are.
That's like if you marry a woman that has a genetic disease, but she doesn't tell you, and then you have kids, and the kids have the disease. You could write it based on that, right? Genetic. You never mentioned that you had this that could cause issues, health issues to our children. You never told me, right? So that could be grounds for divorce or even some kind of civil penalties. Not criminal, of course, but civil.
Aren't there women who already get married to men knowing they can't have children, but they just keep that information from the man?
There we go. And that is a health or genetic issue, right? So we talk. See, if we get married with the plans on having children, and then I find that out, that's fraudulent. If we talked about never having children and I get married, but I change my mind, that's not fraudulent. So, I mean, they could write it. Our politicians have no interest in doing that. You'd be holding women to account, and we just can't do that now, right?
Yeah,
but for the most part, right? But for the most part, it is deception comes from their side more than it comes from men's side, because they can already divorce you for whatever reason they feel fit, right? And they already can take the kids from you for almost any reason that exists. Any laws that would be written in men's favor would be holding them to account, because almost all the laws right now go in their favor. So that would be the big problem. But I mean, truth be told, based on egalitarianism, those laws should already exist. But you know how it go. Fair is not fair.
I'm gonna say you ain't gonna get out here and start suggesting they start playing fair, are you?
We're equal
about that life.
We are equal. Yeah, okay. All right. Let me hear that nonsense. Go be a bricklayer if you think you equal. Do that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say, does anybody want to chime in about this anymore before we go to that second thing? Which the second one, y'all, I do believe was an actual skit. But do we want to chime in any more about this white man being deceived? What an outcome really should be before we move to the next one. Go ahead.
I'll chime in. Well, I guess this white guy is going to learn an unfortunate lesson and everything else, and he's just going to probably go find himself an Asian woman.
You know what? I don't think that white man ever dating a black woman again.
Yeah, that's it. That's over. He's going to go after an Asian woman now.
I learned my lesson. Okay, but you know what? Shout out. All right. Now, first of all, I'm gonna say shout out to Afro Merchant, y'all. Afro Merchant hit me yesterday, almost 5:00 in the afternoon. But as I've said before, y'all, there is never a bad time to hit me with a cash app, okay? Or even super chat, or when we get it back, or the super thanks when we get that back. But Afro Merchant hit me well into the afternoon yesterday, dropped $10.57. So he hit me with the trail bending tax, and I appreciate that big time, brother. I appreciate that big time. I missed this one. My bad. I gotta turn this up so I can hear a notification. But my bad. But Elder Blood said something in about 10:16 today. He said God is dead because women replaced him. Okay, but he said that about 10:16 our time, so that was a while ago. My bad, brother, that I didn't. I'm gonna make sure I turn this up so I can hear it chime off for someone come in. So my apologies for that. Now, y'all, we're gonna play with the second story for just a little bit, and then we'll cut out. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the 3 hours or not. Now I'm gonna say it. This second story. Now, obviously, at least to me, this is definitely a skit. Well, you got this gentleman talking here. Well, what do y'all think about this? If this were a real thing, what do y'all think about this? We got a brother talking about he needs to get paid. He done went over there. He done cut. He done cut her mama's lawn, and now he need to get paid for it. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, Roger, the man said that he is a lawn care technician
Yes,
as a
sir.
profession. It's not that he just cuts, So he told the woman to have her son cut the grass. She said no, and she's asking a professional to do it. Then you have to pay a professional his money. Run that money, woman. Run it, run it.
What if her kid is only like
But
10? Yeah.
I was confused by that video because I didn't know there was because relationship between the man and the woman frames everything about what I think about that. I mean, if they are a married couple and the son is his, I view that very differently than if they're not married and the son is not. If the son is his, he's definitely going to do grandma's lawn. I don't even have to hear about this. If the child was old enough to do the lawn and he's my son, I don't even have to ask him. I don't even have to have that conversation. But if he's somebody else's son, I'm viewing that very different. And if we're married, I'm viewing that interaction with that woman very differently than if we're not married. So it was a confusing exchange for me because I don't know the relationship between the man and the woman and the child.
Well,
he seemed to definitely say your son every time he referred to uh, the son or whatever. So I'm assuming that's not his kid.
yeah. The way I looked at it, I assume they are not married. That is her son from a previous relationship. And he didn't really feel like going over there to take care that long whenever he did it. So I think that's a major component. He just didn't feel like going over there to take care that long. And since he happens to do it professionally, he asking for some pay now because he didn't really want to do it, you know? And if he said, why don't your son go do it? I mean, she said her son too young. But why do I really believe the son is too young if he's telling her to have her son do it? You know, now I was gonna play around and say, okay, maybe the son 10, but no, I don't think the son is that young based on the words that they use. I think this is probably like a 13, 14-year-old, possibly 15-year-old kid. Yeah, and y'all know how mamas is that the mamas that don't make their sons do anything, he can become a full grown adult before she have him do anything. You know, especially if other costs are being covered. That's how I take it. You know, if other costs are being covered, she don't really care like that. So just let him play. So I think for him, it was I'm interested in your mama. I'm probably getting it in with your mama, possibly even live with your mama. But we ain't married yet. I don't think they was married at all. Just didn't come across that way to me. Because if they was married, that is your grandma's lawn. So boy, get over there and fix, go handle your grandma's lawn. She can't do X, Y, and Z. So that's why I took it as they couldn't be married. But he need to get paid. Okay. Yeah. Now I don't know if I would charge even if it was a girlfriend, I don't know if I would charge my girlfriend's mother. Well, I guess it depends on the size of the lawn though. Because if it's big, I'm charging.
It would only be an issue for me for the pay if I really think that boy should have went and done that wrong. Because for me, the pay would have been less about the money itself and more about the fact that that boy should have went and did that wrong. And so you're going to pay as a consequence of you not raising that boy up right. That's how I would review the pay, and not from just an economic standpoint, but from a corrective behavior standpoint. Yeah, you are paying me because that boy should have went and done.
I don't know, man. I put that fully on the shoulders of that man, bro. I mean, you gotta have a backbone out here. And the brother looked like he was an older brother. He's not no young 20 year old, 30-year-old. I put that solely on him. If you're putting out orders, you're saying, hey, your son should do it. If those orders aren't being followed, you're with the wrong chick, regard married or unmarried.
Whoa.
And then I'm not gonna go do something. Look, we're gonna have an understanding before I even go do something. I need this. I need this bread. This is my fee. I'm not gonna do something and then come back and say that. I don't agree with that, man. That's kind of girly behavior. And then going back and forth with the chick again. This is just me. I don't. You're kind of stooping down to her level. I just don't do that, man. I don't think grown men should ever, under any circumstance, do that whatsoever. And maybe I'm just too militant or too. I don't know. That's just me, man. I don't get down like that, man. I don't think black men should. That's just yeah. I don't think we should ever get down like that. Period.
I don't think you're being too militant. To me, again, I do believe it was just a skit. But I actually kind of agree with you, Jado, because my thing is, if I can tell her son to do it, I don't think I'm doing it at all, truth be told. I don't think I'm doing it. It'll get done when your son do it. I already do this as a profession. I already got the equipment. I done did my part. I'm going to allow your son to use my equipment. Now, he going to have to knock that thing out. And truth be told, even if I was just a woman's boyfriend, I'm going to say this. He needs to learn how to do what I do, because when he get older, guess what he going to be doing? He going to be doing some of this. Now, possibly go to college and go into a whole different career field, but I know for a good while, he going to be doing some of this. Because if I got a business and you got me exposed to your son is going to learn to help me in my business. That's just going to be the way it go. That's how I look at that,
And this woman, she hasn't built no real equity with this man or or the grandmother. It should be so much equity put into whatever the relationship, and he would be glad to do it with no charge. He should be. I mean, if that's the case, man, it shouldn't even be an issue.
Well,
like this woman should be treated. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I can see the son having an issue because you like a 15-year-old kid. You just don't want to do it because you want to go play football or something. I get all that. But my thing is like, hey, boy, get over there and take care of your grandmama's lawn. And that should be basically the end of it, And a mother should be okay with that, Matter of fact, if she asked me to take care of the lawn, I would have told her, tell your son to do it. He can use my equipment. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't even did nothing else but that, truth be told. I think that's the proper way to do it because she mentioned it. He said that. She mentioned it to him. So it should have been on some, tell your son to do it. He old enough. He can use my equipment. Well, it's grandma. What do we need? What else do we need to have happen? He's going to fix grandma's lawn. Is this really worth a big discussion? Yeah. If he can't drive, I'll drop him by over there. He can take care of grandma's lawn, depending on what equipment he's going to use. That's about as big of a discussion that I can really get in this situation. Yeah, tell that boy to put his clothes on. I'm going to give him some equipment and drop him over there. He can handle that tonight. Now, I say that because the way I was raised, if my parents want something done, it was always a convenient time for me to do it. If y'all don't get my point there, my point is it didn't make no difference what I was doing. If they wanted something done, then that's the time to do it. So I would have played the same game with him. Oh, man, tell your boy to get dressed. I'm finna drop over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him a rake and a hoe. I'm going to give him a nice hoe to take care of grandma's lawn. We'll pick him up in 3 hours, okay? Get out here, have your grandma's line. We'll be back in 3 hours. You should be done by then. And I'm going to call it a day. All right. Well, you guys seem real quiet, all right, at this point. So I guess we finna shut this thing down, okay? I guess we finna shut this down because everybody seem to be quiet. So, you know what? We're going to go into closing statements then. Tunnel Runner, anything you want to say before we get up out of here? Uh-oh, is Tunnel Runner in the bathroom? Tunnel Runner going once? Tunnel Runner going twice? I guess that's it. Black Uru, my good sir, anything you want to say before we get out of here? Uh-oh. Black Uru, is he away as well? Black Uru going once? Black Uru going twice? Jado, it's on you.
Just yeah, for black men in general, man. If you're gonna lay with a woman and have a child with her, yeah, you better do as much research as you can into her background and her family's background as much as you can to be, produce the best kid that you can possibly produce, man. Because we already know they're generally liars. They're not going to tell the truth. They're not going to be forthcoming with a lot of information. So you're gonna have to do your due diligence to get out there and figure it out, man. Because they're not going to do it. They're not honorable like that. They're not going to do that. So do your due diligence, check her background, and go from there.
All right. Well said, Jado. Well said. Mr. Ruffin, you got any last words? Because he went quiet too. He may be away as well. Mr. Ruffin going once. Mr. Ruffin going twice. Hey, I gave everybody an opportunity. Champ, any last words before we cut out of here?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be just me and Jado and all this. Well,
hey man, they say the cream rise to the top. They say the cream rise to the top. That's how we gonna take it.
yeah. But anyway, just be careful with some of these ladies out here. Take a look and study their background. Asking questions, legit questions. If they have a hard time answering the question, then I think you need to pause your relationship with the lady. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Now, y'all, I'm gonna say some people may find it odd, but Roger might be out here asking for yearbooks. Okay, let me see your yearbook. Okay, I just want to see it. I just want to see it and see what I can figure out. Okay, let me see your high school yearbook. Okay, I know you got one or two of them things. Let me see it. Okay, but y'all, I think it's been a good show, solid show. And when it comes down to it, do the best you can not to have no ugly babies, y'all. And I think we definitely should be putting something in people who can write laws. We probably will have to formally address the deceitfulness of women when it comes to genetics. Because the more filters you can put on, the more makeup you can put on, the more surgeries you can have. That's a whole lot of fooling when it comes down to it. And can I really blame a man that he fell for, the filters, the makeup, and the surgeries that women can have? I mean, one guy ain't gonna figure everything out. I'm just saying, one guy ain't gonna figure it all out. So that is a lot of pressure. And who wants to have a bunch of ugly babies anyway, y'all? Who goes to the hospital hoping their baby gonna be ugly? No one, as far as I can tell. So y'all be careful in them streets. If you're new to the channel, you like this type of content, you can subscribe. We do this Monday through Friday, y'all. 9 a.m. Chicago time. That's 9 a.m. Chicago time. So go ahead and subscribe. I will see y'all next time around. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. And I'm out.